Bizarre insect predators. Some savage creepy crawlies are acclaimed and genuinely direct. Everybody thinks about hornets and mantids, which will execute and eat nearly whatever crosses their way. A few arthropods, nonetheless, have developed super explicit eating regimens or ways of life just as irregular chasing procedures to coordinate. Number 1. Anteating Paz beetles. The subfamily Paz, grown-up model presented above, is a surprising, sometimes observed gathering of minuscule bombardier bugs that generally live inside the homes of ants, going after both their grown-ups and youthful. The hatchlings of these scarabs are recognized by a terminal circle, a fanning, saucer-formed exhibit on the finish of their tails. In numerous species, the terminal plate secretes an alluring scent and clasps shut on unwary creepy crawlies like a second arrangement of jaws. Different species essentially cover themselves recklessly and plug their tunnel with the plate, which will go about as such a trigger board. Ants that track on the delicate tail are assaulted. No to anteating slug maggots. The hatchlings of Microdon mutabilis fly, grown up presented above, are so uncommon looking that they were once confused with the types of slug. They're molded like a smooth, straightened vault with a thick, rubbery surface. The slimy parasite lives for as long as 2 years in subterranean insect settlements, benefiting from insect eggs and hatchlings. The ants, generally, don't appear to notice, and almost certainly, the worm smells like simply one more piece of the state. Regardless of whether an insect gets dubious, it will struggle getting its jaws around or significantly under the trespasser's smooth body and tight, sucker-like underside. If you like what you watch, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Number 3. Parasitic wasp. Hunting wasps. You've likely known about parasitic wasps. They lay their eggs in another creepy crawly, the eggs incubate, and the hatchlings eat the bug from the inside. A gathering called the trigonolids, notwithstanding, makes things one stride further. Rather than infusing a couple of eggs into a host caterpillar, the mother trigonolid embeds up to 10,000 eggs on the edges of leaves, where caterpillars are probably going to swallow them. This ups the odds that at any rate a couple of her eggs will discover their way into caterpillars previously plagued by the hatchlings of other parasitic wasps, which become prey for the trigonolid hatchlings. That may seem like an accommodating support of the caterpillar, yet tragically, the trigonolids will at present need to eat out. Number 4. Head-stealing flies. In the event that you like to find out about peculiar bugs, you may have known about little flies that grow parasitically in the heads of fire ants and in the long run cause the host's whole head to drop off. They additionally have a nearby relative that takes this to a more brutal extraordinary. The female flies of the sort Dornifera aren't substanced to stand by through a parasitic stage. They look for ants that are now harmed, caught, wiped out, or passing on. Furnished with a serrated edge on her mid-region, a female will hack and saw at the as yet living insect's neck until its head is cut off. The fly hauls the head away and lays her eggs inside it. Number 5. Snake-eating beetle. Under ordinary conditions, covering bugs, otherwise known as undertaker insects, feed on the cadavers of little creatures, covering them totally underground as nourishment for their hatchlings. In any event, one animal groups, nonetheless, has built up a much more sullen, agonizing procedure. To the extent creepy crawly gloating rites go, relatively few things could sound more amazing than snake undeveloped organism parasitoid. Nigrophorus postulatus will depend on bodies if need be, however given the decision, it generally wants to lay its eggs in the home of a snake. When the hatchlings spring forth, they bite their way through the delicate, rough shells of the snake eggs and go through a few days devouring the early stage snakes and their yolks, precisely as they would the innards of a dead feathered creature or rat. This makes the bug the main referred to creepy crawly to carry on as a brood parasite, a home hoodlum, to a vertebrate. The mother snake will never at any point notice that a portion of her eggs are incubating into little, subtle dark scarabs rather than reptiles.